Hi, I'm Oliver. I'm 15 and I'm a Caucasian.
I'm Nicole and I'm Japanese American.
I'm Bernard and I'm African American.
I'm Alicia, I'm 15 and I'm African American.
I'm Ashley, I'm 15 and I'm Hispanic American. I'm black.
Okay, I'm Mary, I'm 15, African.
I'm Abdul. I'm American, I guess.
Oh, Nigerian. No, it's
Okay, so today's discussion is going to be about stereotypes. So, would someone like to kind of define a stereotype in your own words, I guess?
It's like when, let's see, you take a race, let's say Hispanic, and then you classify them with a certain activity or gesture, like a Mexican cutting grass. That would be a stereotype.
A stereotype would probably be like something that you use to explain a person that isn't necessarily true. It's more like something you just assume is not the truth.
Yes.
Generalization.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a generalization.
Of a
Something used to
race
classify a certain group of people.
that may or may not be true.
Okay. Being someone who lives in America, how do you think that stereotypes play into that? The fact that like living in America, that it's like a bunch of different cultures, but then we stereotype against each other. So how do you think that connects?
I think that's that's certain people's way of like keeping to their culture, I guess. Like
But at the same time,
being with their culture and talking about somebody else's culture.
but living together, like, since we're all different races, because you know how Caucasian is like, you know, the male predominant race, it's like the number one or whatever. It's all these different races, Hispanic, Black, Asian. But we're coming together, so it's kind of like the stereotypes are coming together as one kind of, so.
Yeah, there's
like,
a lot of different races.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like so many like people who are like more than one race that I feel like it's not, you can't just say one person has one culture. It's like a whole bunch of cultures mixed up together.
Alright, well, speaking of which, can we like just go through and everybody say their culture that they belong to or that they identify with?
Japanese American.
I'm white. Part German.
African American.
Black.
Hispanic and a little black too.
She wishes. African.
Okay. So, does anybody want to kind of give an example of a stereotype that they have experienced or that their culture is labeled with?
I would like.
We can
Let's start with this side.
we can go in order.
You can go this way. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have experienced so much crap from people. Okay, one, people. This is not even. It's like not even a stereotype for. It was a stereotype for not even my race, but more of my color. I feel like the darker you are, the meaner people think you are. I'm not. No, I am so serious. Because people have come up to me and been like, "Oh, when I first met you, I thought you were gonna be mean."
I think you
Zooming on her
that
face
face
though.
Why?
Yes. People think, okay, let's see. Since I was little, let's start. When I was a first grader, okay, let's wrap this up. When you're little, people think that you can't speak English. I can speak English. Spanish was my first language, but I can speak English. I wasn't in ESOL. I was for a week, but they took me out because I can talk English. I can speak English. Whatever. You understand me, don't you? Okay.
I get it.
My point. Then they thought, I remember this one time, this other person thought I was pregnant because I was wearing a shirt that had a baby fetus on it and like, you're Spanish, so you should be pregnant. No, that is incorrect. And then they think I'm gonna be a drug dealer. No, I can't be a drug dealer. Because you can't claim taxes with that. So it's like, let me stop.
Alright. Alicia?
Okay, well, I mean, like, there's a whole food stereotype, like, that most black people pretty much, like fried chicken and Kool-Aid and watermelon stuff. And I don't agree with the whole watermelon thing, because I don't like watermelon.
I love watermelon. Can I just throw that out there?
And I get discriminated against, like, by, like, my skin tone, because, like, other people... Because everybody thinks that like I'm mixed or something, or that I'm not black enough because I'm light skinned. That is like discrimination against
I
light
thought she was
skinned
black
black
and
people.
white when I first met her.
Like everybody thinks that I'm not black, and then they tell me I'm not black. But I definitely am. So yeah.
Alright, Bernard.
They treat you different.
First question people ask me, do you play basketball? Even though I did play basketball.
That is offensive though.
I get that question a lot.
Alright, Oliver.
Well, people like to call white people crackers.
No, that what generation do you live in?
Okay. And also at school, it seems like if you're white, that means you automatically have money. Like, all these people ask me for money all the time.
They ask
I never
everybody for
have money.
Yeah, I think it's visual.
It's a black people thing. They just want money. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Look, you're stereotyping.
Alright, Nicole.
I'm not gonna lie.
Asians are stereotyped as really smart, but I don't think that's always true. It's just their parents are really strict to try to make them really smart, but it's not always that they're smart.
Okay.
But Nicole is smart.
Like Vincent.
So, what Nicole said about how it's not necessarily that Asians are really smart, it's just that their parents are very strict about it usually. So do you think that there's some truth in stereotypes based on that?
Yeah, it definitely comes from some truth. I mean, people don't just make up stuff like, oh, you're Asian, you must be good at soccer. Like, wait, what? That's really
Soccer?
No, you wouldn't. I mean, you don't just make stuff up like that because that doesn't even make sense. Like, you don't make it up.
That's true though, because they're like all Mexican players or soccer players or Hispanics play soccer, and that kind of is true because
Yeah, which is like
when you
a
look
legit
at
stereotype.
all Hispanic countries, their
Nigerians
top
also play
sport,
Yeah,
and
Nigerians.
no, we're definitely better than you. We have so many leagues. Anywho,
Sure, you all got
they all like, it's like when you look at it, it's like their top sport is soccer, so there is facts to back up some stereotypes.
Exactly.
So I guess you can say that stereotypes can be true and they can be false, but in a way they kind of define you and who you are, but not completely. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Yes?
We all agree.
Yeah, we agree.
Actually, it's